Imagine, friends, just 3 minutes ago, a secret has been revealed from the depths of Oak Island that has shaken even the Lagina Brothers. This secret hidden underwater is no ordinary discovery. The first glimpse shown by the camera showed some shining, old, and very strange structure. Fear and surprise were clearly visible in the eyes of Rick and Marty, as if they too were unable to believe what they had seen. People had been saying for years that there is a treasure under Oak Island, but what has been found today seems to be much bigger than gold and silver. Divers claim that there is a room or chamber underwater, whose door spread a light all around as soon as it was touched. But the biggest twist is that a part of that footage was suddenly cut. Why? Is there really something there that is being hidden from the public? Historians say that the stories related to Oak Island are not limited to treasure only, but are also related to secret societies and centuries-old secrets. So have the Lagina Brothers discovered an ancient vault of the Templar Knights in that underwater site? Or is it an artifact that can change the entire human history? It is certain that this is not just a discovery, but a new game has begun. And believe me, this underwater mystery has forced everyone to think about what the real truth is. If you want to be the first to see the next shocking discovery and every new update of Oak Island, then subscribe now and press the bell icon, so that you do not miss any secret. The story of Oak Island is not new. This mystery is more than 200 years old. Imagine, people have been digging on this small island in Nova Scotia since the time when the freedom struggle was just won in America. People believe that there is a treasure hidden under the ground here which can change the history of the whole world. It started in the late 1700s when some young boys saw a pit on this island. They thought that this is a hidden treasure pit. As they started digging, they found different layers below. Layers of wood, strange marks, and mysterious clues. Since then, the name of Oak Island started echoing around the world. But not only the story of treasure, there is also talk of a curse at this place. It is said that the real treasure will be revealed only when at least 7 people lose their lives. And the surprising thing is that till now, more than 7 people have lost their lives in the search of this mystery. This is why people call it the Curse of Oak Island. It is this fear and mystery that draws people here generation after generation. With time, theories also increased. Some said that the treasure of the Templar Knights is hidden here, the same warriors who had fled from the Holy Land with priceless artifacts centuries ago. Some said that perhaps the Holy Grail is buried here, the cup in which the secret of Christ is hidden. Some believe that the Ark of Covenant is hidden here. That is, the sacred box in which the tablets of the 10 Commandments were kept. Imagine if these theories turn out to be true, then Oak Island will not only mean gold and silver, but will be the biggest discovery in the entire human history. Now let's come to today's discovery. Amidst the 200-year-old search, the Lagina Brothers meditated for the first time under the water of Oak Island. The team used modern technology, sonar mapping, underwater drones, and magnetic scans. After several weeks of continuous data analysis, a place was finally found where the signals were different. The sonar images showed that there was a large and completely unnatural structure under the water. That is, a shape that was not created by nature itself. This is where the most exciting part began. The team decided that the divers would be sent down. That moment was extremely tense. The water was cold, the depth was dark, and the currents were strong. But the divers slowly started descending. Everyone was holding their breath. The live feed of the camera was running on the monitor, and everyone was glued to the screen. As soon as the diver's light pierced the depth and through light, a shining object was visible. It was not an ordinary stone or rock. Its surface was absolutely smooth, as if Homme had carved it, and faint shapes were also visible on it. The diver extended his hand and went near it. Then the camera showed a shape like a doorway with a perfect arch which was hidden among the rocks underwater. The entire control room became completely silent. Rick's eyes widened, Marty's breath stopped. Everyone thought, this is the place they were waiting for centuries. Does that shining structure and this door lead to some underwater chamber? Is this the same vault in which centuries-old treasure or artifacts can be hidden? There was so much suspense that for a few seconds everyone could not speak. Then suddenly the feed started getting distorted. The camera shook, bubbles appeared in the water, and the screen went black. Everyone was shocked. What was inside that doorway? Why did the feed get cut? And why was some part of this footage not broadcast later? All these things together make this discovery even more mysterious. The 200-year-old history of Oak Island and now this underwater door. Both together leave only one question. What is the real truth? As soon as the light of the underwater camera fell on that mysterious door, the entire control room went silent. Everyone's eyes widened as if someone had revealed a truth that had been suppressed for centuries. There was such a shock in Rick Lagina's eyes that it is difficult to describe in words. The man who had dedicated the last several years of his life to Oak Island suddenly froze at that moment. His eyes were fixed on the screen. His lips did not even move. It seemed as if only one question was going on in his mind. Have we really found what we were looking for 200 years? On the other hand, Marty Lagina's condition was different. He is usually a practical and logical person, but at that moment his silence was the biggest testimony. Marty bowed his head a little, the wrinkles on his forehead deepened, as if he had started thinking about the depth of this discovery and its results. There was shock in Rick's eyes. Calculations on Marty's face. It was clear from the expressions of both the brothers that this underwater chamber had shaken them to the core. The reactions of the rest of the team were no less interesting. Fear was clearly visible on the faces of some. After all, finding such a structure underwater was no small matter. At the same time, there was excitement on the faces of some, as if they were waiting for the camera to move forward and show the truth inside. Every person sitting in the control room had leaned forward from their seats. Everyone had held their breath, and everyone's eyes were fixed on that feed. But this is where the biggest twist started. As soon as the camera reached near the doorway, the feed suddenly started shaking. Bubbles arose in the water. Static lines started appearing on the screen. And then, in the blink of an eye, the feed went black. That's it. Everyone was shocked. Rick immediately asked the tech team what happened. Why did the signal go? But no one had an answer. Marty looked at the screen without speaking and folded his hands and placed them on his forehead. Everyone sat silently for a few seconds. Then suddenly the emergency lights started blinking. The team said that the camera signal has been lost and there is some technical glitch. But the question arose that why did the glitch happen at the same moment when the camera was about to capture the door? Not only this, later when the footage was reviewed, it was found that some part had been removed from the broadcast. History Channel also did not give any clear answer on that missing part. This deepened the suspicion further. After all, what was shown that was not shown to the world? Social media was on fire. Twitter and Reddit were flooded with theories. Someone wrote, "Believe me, they have seen the real treasure, but the government suppressed the footage." Someone said, "This must be a sacred artifact of the Templar Knights, and it cannot be brought in front of the public." Some people even said that perhaps the camera captured something that is beyond human understanding, some ancient technology or some religious symbol. Fan-made videos also started doing the rounds on YouTube. Blurred screenshots started going viral, in which it was claimed that strange symbols or carvings were seen around the doorway. Some people said that this feed was intentionally cut so that the truth could be hidden, while others said all this is just drama to keep people in suspense. But the biggest question still lingers in the air. If something so big had really come to light, why was it hidden? Was Rick and Marty's silence just a result of shock? Or did they also get instructions not to reveal too much? Only one underwater door was not found on Oak Island that day. That day, the whole world realized that perhaps the truth is very big. So big that revealing it in front of everyone could be dangerous. And since then, people are wondering, where does that doorway lead to? And what secret is hidden behind that black screen? The biggest specialty of Oak Island is that this mystery is not limited to the treasure only. This place is connected to those stories of history whose name itself creates excitement. And when the underwater door was found, for the first time people felt that perhaps these theories could be true. First of all, let's talk about the Knights Templar. These were the secret warriors who became the most powerful force in the world in the 12th and 13th centuries. It is said that during the Crusades, they had taken many sacred relics and treasures from the Holy Land in their possession. But when the pressure on them increased in Europe, they made their treasure disappear. Some theories say that this treasure was brought to North America across the Atlantic by ships, and Oak Island is the place where they hid it. Now that that mysterious chamber has been found underwater, the doubt deepens. Is this really the Templars' vault? On the other hand, there is the angle of Freemasons. Several symbols have been found on Oak Island: triangles, crosses, and some secret carvings. These symbols match those of the Freemasons, which are believed to be another ancient secret society. Historians say that there was some connection between the Templars and the Freemasons. If symbols are being found on Oak Island, is it a sign that this was their meeting point or secret hideout? Not only this, there are many strange markings on the old maps of Oak Island. Some maps show tunnels and chambers that have no official record. An old map even shows that there are interconnected passageways beneath the island that lead to a large central chamber. And now, after finding the underwater door, the question has become even bigger. Is this the central chamber that the maps were pointing to earlier? Now let's talk about the most interesting part, the possibility of artifacts. When people talk about underwater chambers, the first thing that comes to their mind is gold and silver. But the mystery of Oak Island is not limited to just gold or jewels. Theories say that religious relics may also be hidden here. Some people believe that perhaps the Holy Grail is hidden here, the sacred cup in which the secrets related to Christ are buried. If this turns out to be true, then this discovery will be the world's biggest religious discovery. At the same time as some historians say that perhaps ancient manuscripts or sacred scrolls are buried here, which contain knowledge that has been hidden from today's world. Imagine if such scrolls are found there, in which history has been written from a completely new perspective. Then the books of the whole world will have to be rewritten. But the scariest theory is of an advanced artifact. Some people believe that something has been buried in Oak Island that is far ahead of the technology of that time. An artifact that may have been made by an ancient civilization or may have come from another world. It was even written on Reddit and forums that something like an energy source has been detected inside the underwater chamber. If this is true, then this discovery will change not only history, but also science. The team's experts also believe that metallic anomalies have been detected inside this chamber. That means there is something there that is not natural. Are these boxes filled with gold and silver, or some mysterious device? It is certain that this underwater discovery of Oak Island is no longer just a treasure hunt. It is directly linked to those mysteries which the whole world has been doubting: Templar Knights, Freemasons, and hidden societies. And now that the doorway has been revealed, everyone is asking just one question: what is actually hidden behind that door? If the search for Oak Island is still alive today, the biggest reason for it is modern science and technology. Earlier, people used to dig with just a shovel and rope, but the result was always water-filled pits and collapsed tunnels. Excavations were done many times in 200 years, but the real secret was not found. This is the reason why Lagina Brothers thought that if they want to reach the truth, they will have to take the help of technology. First of all, they use sonar scans. This is a technology that creates a picture of the water by sending sound waves into the depths. It was sonar that indicated for the first time that some unnatural structure was hidden under the water. Then came underwater drones. These small machines were equipped with cameras and sensors, which could go deep and show a glimpse of such places where it was dangerous for humans to reach. With the help of these drones, that mysterious doorway was revealed for the first time. But the most amazing technology was muon tomography. This technology is used in space research, and now it has been applied on Oak Island. Through this, scientists were able to detect where hollow chambers were formed under the ground or water. Earlier, people used to dig by guesswork and often failed. But muon scans clearly showed that there are voids below, and some of them look unnatural. If we compare, there is a huge difference between earlier digs and today's digs. Earlier explorers used to make theories by just removing wood and stones. But today, Rick and Marty have 3D mapping, sonar imaging, and AI-based data analysis. This is the reason that today we have reached the doorway. That too underwater, where reaching earlier seemed impossible. But where science reached, politics and religion also made their entry. Now let's talk about the interest of the government and the Vatican. After every big discovery on Oak Island, this question always arises. Why do such big powers interfere in this? Many historians believe that if the treasure of the Templar Knights or religious relics are really found on Oak Island, it will have an impact on the whole world. Imagine if the Holy Grail or the Ark of Covenant is really found, many religious beliefs will be shaken. This is the reason why a powerful religious authority like the Vatican has always kept an eye on Oak Island. People say that many discoveries of Oak Island were intentionally hidden. There are many mentions in old records that when a team found some big evidence, excavation was suddenly stopped or funding was stopped. Theories say that perhaps the government and religious powers do not want this truth to come out in front of the world. The political angle is also no less. Think, if such a big treasure is really found on Oak Island, who will have the right over West? Canada, Nova Scotia, or America? Or will international organizations claim it? This power game also makes the story of Oak Island more complicated. It has been said many times about the Vatican that they have secret archives where old documents related to Oak Island are kept. Some people believe that if the holy relics are really hidden there, then the Vatican already knows about it and does not want it to be made public at any cost. There are even theories floating around on Reddit and forums that perhaps the Vatican already knew about this underwater chamber, and that is why the footage was cut. Some people believe that government agencies also control the feed so that the truth does not come out in front of the world. So now the story is not just about treasure hunt. Now it has become a battle of science for secrecy. On one side, there is modern technology, which is slowly reaching the truth. And on the other side, there are powerful institutions which probably want to hide this truth. What is the truth after all? This question has become deeper now, and this suspense keeps people connected to the story of Oak Island. As soon as the news of the underwater discovery came out, the whole world was in a frenzy. It was as if a storm arose on social media. #Oak Island. Mystery started trending on Twitter. Discussions continued for hours on Reddit, and YouTube was flooded with theories and reaction videos. Everyone was just asking, has the biggest secret of Oak Island finally been revealed? People were constantly tweeting on Twitter. Someone wrote, the Lagina Brothers have finally found the treasure, but the real footage was hidden. Someone sarcastically made a meme which read, History Channel, always cut the best part. Even deeper theories emerged in Reddit threads. Some users posted blurry screenshots and claimed that symbols were visible around the doorway. Some said that the camera had captured a faint light behind the doorway, but that footage was not shown in the broadcast. Fan-made videos started appearing on YouTube, whose thumbnails read, Real Oak Island Treasure Found, or What They Don't Want You to See. Some creators even gave a complete breakdown in the video and explained why the footage was suddenly cut off. There, thousands of people were giving their opinion in the comments section. This must be the Holy Grail. No, this is a conspiracy of the government. The curse of Oak Island has been activated. Memes had their own fun. Someone made a meme of Rick's shocked eyes and wrote, when you finally find the treasure but the camera cuts off. Someone made fun of Marty by putting on a serious face, calculating how much history will change if the truth comes out. These memes made the whole matter more viral, but along with going viral, confusion also increased. As much things were spreading on social media, more questions started roaming in people's minds. The first question was, what was inside? The camera clearly captured the doorway, but after that, the feed went black. Was there really a chamber there which is full of treasures or relics? Or was something seen inside which could not be revealed to the public? The second big question was, why did the team keep quiet? Usually Rick and Marty talk openly about their discoveries, give interviews, share theories. But this time both were completely silent. Rick's shock and Marty's silence seemed strange to everyone. Had they also received instructions not to speak much? The third and biggest question, why was the footage edited? History Channel did not give a clear explanation. It was said that there was a technical glitch, but people argued that if there was a glitch, then how did the other parts run smoothly? On Reddit, some users wrote, this was not a technical glitch, but an intentional cut. These unanswered questions make the Oak Island mystery even bigger today. Until answers are found, the phase of theories and speculation will continue. And to be honest, perhaps this suspense makes Oak Island the most exciting. Ultimately, people are divided over this discovery. Some believe the truth about Oak Island has already been revealed but covered up, while others say the real climax is yet to come. The mystery of Oak Island has now become deeper and more interesting than ever. The discovery of the underwater doorway has also brought the Lagina Brothers to a new turn. The question is, what is the team going to do next? Insiders say that the next excavation will be completely dependent on advanced technology. Drone divers, muon tomography, and powerful suction pumps will be used to reach the underwater chamber. But at the same time, the risk is also increasing. The biggest risk is tunnel collapse. The ground and underwater layers of Oak Island are quite fragile. Even a slight disturbance can submerge the entire area. The second big risk is water flooding. A slight mistake in underwater digging can ruin the entire site. And the third biggest risk is government ban. If the authorities feel that the area is becoming unstable due to excavation or some dangerous artifact is about to come out, then the excavation can also be stopped. This is the reason why people are asking, will the next season bring the ultimate reveal which has been awaited for 200 years? Now let's come to the most interesting part, climax twist. When the media asked Rick what he had to say after this underwater discovery, his answer was just this. This is just the beginning. Hearing this small statement, the whole world was stirred. If this is the beginning, then where is the real treasure now? Is there that chamber behind the doorway in which the Templar vault has been hidden for centuries? Or is there some artifact that will change the entire human history? The confidence in Rick's eyes and words convinced people that the biggest revelation is yet to come. Marty may have remained silent, but this one line of Rick became the biggest suspense for the viewers. And now it's your turn. This underwater discovery of Oak Island has raised many questions. What do you think is hidden inside that chamber? Is the treasure of the Templar Knights really hidden there? Or have the government and big powers seen something that is being hidden from the world? Friends, whatever be the truth of this mystery, one thing is certain. The story of Oak Island is not over. It is going to take an even more dangerous and exciting turn. If you want to remain a part of this journey, then subscribe now and press the bell icon so that you do not miss the update of the next big discovery. And yes, tell us by commenting below, what do you think is hidden behind the doorway? Your answer may also be highlighted in the next video.